Hey guys, what's up? Coach Jay from Sweaty Academy back at it with another video. So in the background, I'm going to be having some all-time great Cavaliers players I'm going to be playing as, and some all-time great Warriors, just because I don't like the Warriors. And this is a Sweaty Talk, a discussion video on really the Cavaliers, what they should do with the draft, and what I think should happen. Now, just because of the pick that we have, what do we have? The number 5 pick, number 6, 7, something like that. I know it's like in the mid numbers for it. It's kind of pretty much between Jarett, Culver, and Cam Reddish, in my opinion. I don't think even if we were to get somebody like what's his name, Darius Garland, I don't think that would be a good pick for us, since we already have a guard to build on. And we have Jordan Clarkson, who's a young guard for us. So I don't think guard is our need. I think what we really need is a forward that can score, if you feel me. Because Cedi Osman provides some good value. He's definitely not bad. He has a lot of potential, but he's more of a complimentary player. He's not somebody who can rely on, Colin Sexton that can't score in a possession. Let's say they're doubling Colin Sexton and we need Cedi Osman to get a bucket. I don't think he's the player to do that. I think he's really a complimentary, a small forward, or maybe even a small ball 4 if we want to. If he gets stronger, he could be a small ball 4. But I really think at this point it's between Jarett, Culver, and I think it's between Jarett, Culver, and Cam Reddish. Now I'm really torn between this. I'm gonna kind of run through. I'm kind of really just spitballing here. This isn't really like an organized video. This is really just me talking about whatever. I'm thinking it out right now. You can really tell this is kind of like a off the dome video, but I'm really torn between who we should take, because Cam Reddish definitely has way more upside than Jarett Culver. Now that Jarett Culver doesn't have some good upside, but he doesn't. Just Cam Reddish's measurables and his potential is just really attractive for any team to take. Like if I was an NBA, if I was a GM, I would be really tempted to take Cam Reddish. But he's also the riskiest prospect, just because of his mentality isn't really where it's at for a an alpha dog or a star player. Now luckily we have an alpha dog, I think, in Colin Sexton, who really has that aggressive mindset, that Russell Westbrook, I'm gonna do this type of mindset. So that's really good. But he just has so much risk attached to him that I don't know if we should take him with a pick like that, because it can end up really costing us in the future. But I think the safer pick is definitely Jarett Culver. Now, if you want a player that definitely has, I wouldn't say Jarett Culver has a lower floor, just because of the fact that he has all the tools needed to, at worst, be a solid rotation player. So that's my problem with this, is that Jarett Culver, at his worst, is going to be a good rotation player, but at his best is going to be a very good secondary, maybe third option scorer. But with this pick, I feel like we really need to get it right, because we're kind of in a state of, building the foundation for our team as the Cavaliers right now. In this pick, I think people aren't really realizing how crucial it is. Oh shoot, my earphone fell out. Hold up. Wait. Alright, there we go. Correct. Like I was saying, I think this is a really crucial draft for us, and I think that we really need to get this pick right. And if I want to be safe, I'm definitely picking Jarett Culver. Jarett Culver has shown he can be a scorer when needed to be called upon. His handles need to get a little bit better, but they're definitely not a con. It's just something he needs to get better at. He can be a good defender. He can defend small forwards and power forwards on occasion, and maybe some guards. As far as the quickness goes, he's not slow, so that's nothing we really have to worry about. He can really be like I say, he's a solid rotational piece. He has all the physical tools that you need, and on top of that, he has a scorer's mentality. Like he showed it in Texas Tech. He will put up the shots even if they're not going in, i.e. the national championship. But it's really good that he has a scorer's mentality, because that's something that we really do need. Oh shoot! There we go. That's something we really do need in this draft. We need somebody that can help Colin out as far as scoring goes. And I think the good part about both of these prospects is that both of them are going to be good defenders. Now, Cam Reddish at his worst, I think he has a lower floor and a higher ceiling because of the fact that, hey, it's really the mentality. We've seen a lot of players that come in the league, they'll be, like, for example, Kwame Brown. He had all the physical tools necessary, but it's just his mentality wasn't where it needed to be at. We see with players like Dwight Howard. He came into the league with a good mentality, but he kind of just got lazy, and we see how his career has gone from that point on. And we just really see a lot of players across history that had the physical tools, like Cam Reddish, and just have all this potential, but have ruined it just because of the fact that they don't have the mentality to be, not even a franchise player, but just a consistent rotational. Oh my gosh, a consistent rotational player. And because of that, I think that we should pick Jarett Culver. Now, this isn't me just being safe, because this isn't like Jarett Culver is going to be some random guy or whatever. Jarett Culver could be a good building block for us depending on how he develops. Now, like I said, at the worst, he's going to be a solid rotational player. He's going to be somebody come off the bench, give you some buckets, and play some solid defense. Now, if his handles don't get better, his decision making doesn't get better, that's what we're looking at. But at his best, let's say his handles get way better. Let's say he goes to the weight room, gets a little bit stronger, so that way he can score more buckets in the paint. We're looking at a guy who could easily be a second option on our team for the future, and could kind of help us propel forward in our progress, because of the fact that he gives us so many good features. And on top of that, Jarett Culver, it doesn't matter how it's going to progress, he's always going to be a better passer and playmaker than Cam Reddish will. Cam Reddish really was relegated to being a 3-and-D player at Duke, and it's something where he wasn't bad, obviously, but that you could tell that wasn't his role. That wasn't something he was comfortable with, and that's really what he's going to be if he goes to the NBA, because he doesn't have so much handles where you're gonna give him the ball and say, all right, make a play, pass the ball, whatever. He's never going to be that type of player. He wasn't that player in high school. He was more of a guy, you get the ball, and well, this is high school, so I can't really, make a judgment off of that. I'm not going to cite that. I think Cam Reddish at his best will be an elite 3-and-D player, without a doubt, and the guy who can, get you a bucket every now and then you give him the ball. But as far as a consistent player, I just don't see a scenario where Jarett Culver doesn't turn out to be very good for us and help us out on pretty much all facets of the game. I'm not expecting him to be like a crazy good rebound or anything like that, so if you think that's what I'm talking about, then no. But he's going to be a really good building block for us, and I think he will be really fun to have next to Colin Sexton. On top of the fact Colin Sexton's passing needs work, I think Jarett Culver could really help with that, since his playmaking ability is really, really good. He'd be a secondary playmaker, a secondary scorer, and really help move us forward as far as progress goes. So, I know I was kind of rambling in that. I hope you got something out of that if you're a Cavaliers fan or just an NBA fan in general. I should have researched about a little bit more about these players just so I could give a more detailed analysis, but I think from what I know, I think I gave a pretty good, pretty solid analysis on what I think can happen here. And I hope y'all enjoyed it. Peace out and stay sweaty.